done. No place to hang or no washing, and I can't blame all on the sun. Oh no, we're gonna ride down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna ride down to Electric Avenue.
Mountain ranges of Guyana, Roraima Airways stands above, committed to the highest standards, serve the country we are loved, for business or pleasure, we satisfy your needs. Flying over rivers and mountain peaks, Roraima Airways soars above, Roraima Airways fly with us. Show you the splendor, take your breath away, come see the natural beauty, as truly Guyanese. Feel the thunder of the Niger falls, majestic and unique. Roraima Airways, we'll take you there.
It's October 25, 2016. I hope you're having a good time on the outside. If you have a birthday, anniversary or some sort, we want to say congratulations and welcome down to the Roraima Hour. Of course, we'll be talking all things Roraima, and we want to ask you the question, when was the last time you did something different for the very first time? I'm Dylan Murray. I'm part of hosting this evening, and of course we're going to give you 1 hour of all things Roraima. But let me tell you something, in the news lots of things have been happening over the month with Roraima Areas, and we'll tell you all about it. But first we want to let you know that for 8 years of Wedding Expo, that was able to influence and help to be able to tailor in the near future some new legislation that will help to make marriage and having the prerequisites of marriage of persons coming into Ghana very, very easy. We want to let you know as well that the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry held their first security expo at the Roraima Juke Lodge. Very important event for them, and they chose Roraima Juke Lodge. We'll tell you about that in the program as well. It says Roraima plays a leading role in the Havana International Trade Show that will be happening very shortly, starting up to October 30th in Cuba, and a children's Halloween party slated for November 5. But right now we'll go to that clip that tells you what's in the news with Roraima Airways. We'll go right here as Easy Sky makes an inaugural flight to Guyana on the 5th of October.
October 5, 2016 marked another milestone for Roraima Airways with the arrival of Easy Sky, Roraima's newest travel partner. Easy Sky is a Honduras-based airline and flies to 8 other countries including Cuba, Honduras, Mexico, Venezuela, Panama, Grenada, St. Lucia, Antigua, and Guyana being its newest destination. Easy Sky's inaugural flight to Guyana on October 5 saw 115 passengers on board from Cuba, many of whom are small business owners traveling with the aim of making Guyana a shopping zone, while others came to enjoy the breathtaking tourism product which Guyana has to offer. Speaking on this venture, CEO of Roraima Airways, Captain Jerry Gavaya said, the arrival of Easy Sky will help to boost Guyana's tourism while making it affordable for Guyanese to travel to Cuba. He also added, our newest airline partner arrives depositing 300 shopping tourists per week onto our soil. This will add approximately 15,000 extra visitors per year, and if each of those passengers spend $2,000 in our stores, we're adding $30 million to our economy annually. Easy Sky now operates a 5 times per week direct flight from Cuba and Honduras, and is expected to add more scheduled flights into Guyana before the end of 2016. Duke Lodge presents Pokemon Battle Revolution,
Pikachu!
the ultimate children's Halloween party on Saturday, November 5 at the Roraima Duke Lodge. It's gonna be fun! Haunted house, games, and prizes for Best Child Costume, Best Parent and Child Costume, and much more. Don't miss the Pokemon Battle Children's Halloween Party, November 5 at Duke Lodge. Sponsored by Arrow Point, Surya Manufacturing, and 94.1 Boom FM.
Trick or treat!
Roraima Airways brings to you the Roraima Aerial Tour at the lowest prices, only $4,200. Relax and take in the beautiful sights of Georgetown, Guyana's capital city. Call our tourist department on 231-7220 or 227-2212-13. Roraima Airways, satisfying all your travel and tourism needs. The Roraima Duke Lodge, located at 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown, Guyana. At Roraima Duke Lodge, we cater for all events, whether small or large, including weddings, parties, conferences, meetings, seminars, workshops, and more. The Roraima Duke Lodge is the ideal venue. Call us on telephone numbers 231-7220 or come into our office, 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown. The Roraima Duke Lodge.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro, just like I'd never gone. I knew the song, the young girl with now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more. Oh, I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day.
Change your mind. Go about leaving me behind. Love, bring it to me. Bring your sweet love.
Welcome back. You're watching the Roraima Hour. If you've just joined us, of course, you're in for a treat because right now we're talking about something very important in the news for Roraima Airways. Just as this morning as we opened the Chronicle newspaper, big headline. It says, big boost to tourism, to wedding tourism, Marriage Act to be tailored in Parliament shortly. And of course we have right now sitting with us, we have a director from Roraima Airways, Captain Jerry Gavaya. We'll be talking about that legislation, but before we go into that discussion, we'll go right now to a clip because Colwyn Abrams of course reported on this particular development.
Government to soon amend the Marriage Act to facilitate speedier processing of marriage prerequisites in a bid to boost wedding tourism in Guyana. This is according to President Granger in his recent address to the National Assembly. When the legislation is enacted, non-residents will be able to process their marriage license in a timely manner compared to the current process. Speaking on this new development, Captain Jerry Gavaya said that the absence of legislation was one of the main hindrances that caused Wedding Expo, held once every year for the past 8 years at the Roraima Duke Lodge, from expanding. He had criticized the current legislation, which requires that couples travel to Guyana 2 weeks in advance of their wedding in order for their marriage to satisfy all legal requirements. The Roraima Duke Lodge is the leading wedding venue in Guyana and is the home of the Roraima Duke Lodge Wedding Expo, which brings exhibitors from not only around Guyana, but also the Caribbean. The event recently turned 8 and is heading for its 9th edition in 2017. Roraima is proud of all its exhibitors and everyone who stuck by them in ensuring that this event remained successful. Roraima Airways welcomes this new development.
Yes, Captain Gavaya sitting with us on the couch on the Roraima Hour to discuss this new development. And Captain, when we opened the papers this morning, it was quite amazing to be able to see that report. But again, the headline, big boost to wedding tourism. We've known that Wedding Expo, Roraima Airways are going to host for the eighth year Wedding Expo. We're heading into our 9th edition for next year. How important is this new development to Roraima?
Oh, it's amazing. We've been waiting for this day for, as you said, 8 years, going on 9. It has always been the objective to improve the wedding tourism industry that we have here in Guyana through Wedding Expo and through showcasing what Guyanese talent and Guyanese entrepreneurs can do. But the drawback has always been the people that we can reach. You know, right now the wedding tourism industry that we have here in Guyana is very locally driven. In that, to get married in Guyana right now, the amount of time that you have to spend in Guyana is prohibitive for outsiders to come, you know, on their vacation time and so on. So the market available to these young entrepreneurs who are starting their business, coming to Wedding Expo and building their clientele is very limited. This legislation we're very excited about. As you guys saw hopefully you guys read the news article, they're going to be talking about reducing that time and making it more feasible for our brothers and sisters who may be living abroad to come home, go get married on the seawall, go get married at Kite Shore or even Arrow Point, for example. And this is now going to be available to our overseas brothers and sisters, and this is definitely going to be something that is going to be a huge improvement to what our local entrepreneurs have been seeing.
Yeah, building the wedding tourism. So currently we have the Marriage Act that requires persons to have the prerequisite. It takes about a week, week and a half to be to have that process. Now the amendments, when it comes in full swing, and we're really hoping for that commitment to be kept, and of course coming up in swing, we're seeing that the time shortened so that persons who are coming in, non-residents as well, can use, if they want to get married at Kaito, that would be a fantastic backdrop. Married at Kaito, they can be able to get that done. Now Roraima, 8 years wedding expo, 4 years race to the altar, and of course this legislation comes. Now what do you do then? Because of course you would have had packages tailored to persons who would want to when this legislation comes in swing.
Oh, absolutely. And then, once you have the availability of the legislation that now empowers the local entrepreneurs and local businesses to offer these services, we can now tailor package our tour. So it'll be like an all-inclusive tour. You can be overseas and you can be planning your wedding. You can come back to Guyana. You can have an all-inclusive stay at one of the many hotels we have here and get married at Kite Shore. Everything can be tailor-made for your wedding, as long as we can keep it within your time frame. And that has really been the limiting factor. So if they can get it down to maybe 2 to 3 days or something like that, so someone who's taking a week off work, they can get their family together, come down to Guyana and have their dream wedding right here in their country. And now the government is now coming alongside the private sector and pushing the wedding tourism industry that we know.
Yes, well, we'll definitely be $3 billion US dollars, the Caribbean getting from wedding tourism. Of course, Guyana, it's time for Guyana to get a piece of the pie.
Exactly. So we're going to join ranks with like Jamaica and Dominican Republic, Cuba, Mexico, and Guyana is going to be right next to them as a wedding destination for our overseas brothers and sisters.
Yes. And of course, a lot of young persons they want to marry different. Sometimes persons, they go traditionally, they want to be married in the church or so on. But now with the younger generation, they want to do something different. They want a backdrop like Kite Shore. They want to go to Niagara Falls. Yeah. They want to get married in a plane.
Correct.
Different thing.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. So Guyana has so much to offer. I mean, you can get married in the beautiful Rupununi with the Kanuku Mountains behind you. You can get married at Kite Shore Falls. You can get married at Arrow Point. You can get married at Arrowai. You can get married on the seawall. You can get married anywhere. So really, the possibilities are endless. And I'm so happy, and we at Roraima are very excited that our government is coming along and working with the private sector to make this a possibility.
Well, definitely we'll talk, even Cubans can be able to tap into this, because later in the program we'll be discussing, as we've just shown in the earlier footage and reports, on the Easy Sky landing in Guyana. How does that impact Guyana's economy? How does it impact our culture? And so on. But right now we will go to our second Race to the Altar winners. That's Ryan and Maria Fletchman. They were married in 2014. They won that race, and of course we're going to show a little trail of their experience with Roraima Wedding Expo.
Duke Lodge presents Pokemon Battle Revolution,
Pikachu!
the ultimate children's Halloween party, on Saturday, November 5 at the Roraima Duke Lodge. It's gonna be fun! Haunted house, games, and prizes for Best Child Costume, Best Parent and Child Costume, and much more. Don't miss the Pokemon Battle Children's Halloween Party, November 5 at Duke Lodge. Sponsored by Arrowpoint, Surya Manufacturing, and 94.1 Boom FM.
Trick or treat!
Roraima Airways brings to you the Roraima Aerial Tour at the lowest prices, only $4,200. Relax and take in the beautiful sights of Georgetown, Guyana's capital city. Call our tours department on 231-7220 or 227-2212-13. Roraima Airways, satisfying all your travel and tourism needs. The Roraima Duke Lodge, located at 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown, Guyana. At Roraima Duke Lodge, we cater for all events, whether small or large, including weddings, parties, conferences, meetings, seminars, workshops, and more. The Roraima Duke Lodge is the ideal venue. Call us on telephone numbers 231-7220 or come into our office, 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown. The Roraima Duke Lodge.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro, just like I'd never gone. I knew the song, the young girl with now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more. I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day.
Never change your mind about leaving me behind. Love, bring it to me, bring your sweet love.
Welcome back. Just fixated on that ad there, the sound, and I hope you're enjoying yourself on the outside. Yes, some Arrowpoint ad, and I hope if you've never gone to Arrowpoint, if you take some time to be able to visit there, you can call our tour office at Duke Lodge, and the number is 231-7220, and be able to arrange a day tour or overnight. But right now we're going to talk with Colwyn, my co-host on the other side. Now, Colwyn, what's happening on social media?
Well, good evening, Guyana, and thank you for watching the Roraima Hour here on NCN Guyana. Well, I'm usually the social media guru tonight, and we're already on Facebook. We posted a question already. Who will be the lucky winner of 2 children passes to the Roraima Duke Lodge Children's Halloween Party? So you need to head over to the Roraima Duke Lodge Facebook page. That's Roraima Duke Lodge. Hit like on that page. Scroll down, you'll see the questions. Remember to hit like. Tell a friend. Of course, you have to tell a friend to also go and comment. Who knows, you could probably win a prize for your child to attend, or your children to attend the children's Halloween party. Remember the question, and I'm going to give you the question right now. You need to go over to Facebook and answer that question. It is, how many years has the Roraima Duke Lodge been hosting the children's Halloween party? So if you know the answer to that question, head over to the Roraima Duke Lodge page, hit like, and comment on that question below.
Yes, so of course the page that they need to go on is the Roraima Duke Lodge.
Yes, the Roraima
So right
Duke
now
Lodge.
we're giving away a pass for 2
yes.
for 2 children.
Yes, 2 children to the children's Halloween party. And remember, this party is happening on November 5th at the Roraima Duke Lodge. So if you want to bring your children out, and you know the scary things happening there at Roraima Duke Lodge, there's going to be a lot of scary things happening. You don't want to give us a bit of what's going to happen.
Well, first I know that we're going to Kevin, who's dealing with the haunted house. His idea of the haunted house, of course, even I get scared. But of course, you want to bring down the kids. We have mascots.
Yes.
The feature, actually the theme of this year's children's party is the Pokemon Revolution.
Of course, and we'll also have the Find the Pokemon game. So remember to come look with your, if you wear glasses, come with your extra eyes. Come and find the Pokemon. We have the game called Find the Pokemon. Dylan, you think you can play that?
I'll see. And also it's supported. We want to say hi to all our volunteers who'll be there, part of this event. We want to say hi to the Key Club Foundation and also the University of Guyana International Affairs volunteer group. They'll be there supporting the event. But the event is sponsored by Arrowpoint, it's sponsored by Surya Manufacturing, and also Hits and Jam 94.1 Boom FM. But right now, Colin, we got to talk a little about something very exciting, because just a year ago, we're still with our guest on the couch, Captain Gavaya. We're talking about 6 young folks whose life has been impacted by Dynamic International Airways. Just a year ago, they were recruited, they became flight attendants. Can you tell us what has been the update with them?
Right. Well, they have actually been living the dream, I want to say. I mean, I get to speak to a few of them, and they're traveling back and forth between New York and Guyana, and they are loving it. I mean, they got to have a really fantastic Christmas. Well, they're getting another Christmas now as we go into our winter season. And for a lot of them, that was their first time seeing snow. So they're getting an adventure. They've been trained to international standards, and their level of customer service, safety orientation, and just general aviation airmanship has gone to a whole new level for Guyanese, young Guyanese professionals. So over the last year, some of them, they're still with Dynamic. Some of them, they have moved on from Dynamic. For example, Miss Amber Lowe, she was 18 years old when she joined as a flight attendant, right skimming the bottom of the requirements. And after her time with Dynamic, she fell in love with aviation. So Dynamic allowed her as a young woman to explore aviation and see what it has to offer, and she found it was something that she could spend the rest of her life doing. So her experience with Dynamic allowed her to get bitten by the aviation bug, and now she's in Miami training to be a commercial pilot, and hopefully one day she can make her way back to Dynamic now as a pilot, formerly being a flight attendant.
Wonderful. Now, Dynamic impacting lives. Just the other day, I turned on NCN and we saw Dynamic sponsoring the trip for 2 of the reporters to go to New York to cover the United Nations General Assembly there with the presence of President Granger. Now, Dynamic being part of, we've seen it 3 years in the market, consistently in the market, and it's here to stay. Correct. As Captain Gavaya, you would reiterate time after time. Now, the impact of it, you see in not just on the customer service, experienced customer service, but in the lives of young people coming into the aviation and doing well. Now, let's talk a little about Dynamic's operation after 3 years in Guyana, and what can we expect?
Well, exactly. So Dynamic now is up to 5 flights a week, and every flight we're moving 200, 300, 400 people some flights, and they're coming back home to visit or going abroad to their home, away from home, let's say. So the impact is that Dynamic is dedicated to Guyana. They've been here. They have not only partnered with us and want a Guyanese flavor, they have made it their mission to employ young Guyanese professionals, men and women, as flight attendants to allow them to gain the exposure and the experience in an international company like themselves. These flight attendants not only got to travel between New York and Guyana, they got to travel to Venezuela, they got to travel to the Middle East, to China, and they have really become world travelers with this airline, and that's what they did for our young people. They're committed to Guyana in the sense that they understand that they're not just moving Guyanese back and forth between their home away from home and their real home, which is Guyana, but they're also contributing to our economy, contributing to our country's welfare by sponsoring those 2 reporters to go to the UN summit. I mean, that I don't know how else they can show that kind of dedication.
Yeah. Corporate social responsibility. But we've talked about recruitment just a year ago, and we'll see one of the young men, Kimo Bailey, he'll be featured in a short while. But are we going to see any more recruitment in time to come?
Oh, I definitely think so. Dynamic is expanding as always. Going up to 5 flights a week is no small feat. Their own fleet is increasing as we speak. So the need for more flight attendants, young Guyanese professionals, will be there. And the fact is that the last group has been doing such an amazing job that the people at Dynamic at their head office has noticed that the Guyanese hospitality knows no better, and they have fallen in love with the Guyanese flight attendants, and they want more.
Great. Well, right now we're going to go to a clip. Kimo Bailey, I contacted them, and they're all heading to Miami tomorrow so they can be able to have the reoccurring training. And congratulations to them. It's been a year of them being with Dynamic. And of course, couldn't get them in person. They're traveling, so that you would have sent some video to us, and we put it together so that you out there can see from his own lips what he has experienced working with Dynamic. We want to tell you, you need to fly Dynamic because its impact on the Guyanese life has been tremendous. So here's Kimo Bailey and his piece about what he has experienced and how his life has been transformed working a year now with Dynamic.
Hey guys, my name is Kimo Bailey, and I'll be giving you a brief insight into the impact Dynamic International Airways has had on my life, and more so how the journey has been for me.
Dynamic International Airways arrived to the Guyanese market on November 22, 2014, bringing affordable prices to the Guyanese travel market. However, not only did they bring affordable travel, but also career opportunities to many young Guyanese youth. Young men and women who desired to become flight attendants' dreams were made true. In August of 2015, over 400 applicants applied for only 6 positions. These lucky individuals were successful. Now, 1 year has already passed, and they're all having the time of their lives. We sat down with Kimo Bailey, one of the flight attendants hired by Dynamic International Airways, and here is what he had to say.
Considering all the countries I've visited, surprisingly it's only been a year working at Dynamic International. One of the best years, I'd say.
Kimo was fortunate since his examination scores allowed him to raise to Tier 1 at the fraction of time. How it all started.
It all started with me seeing a friend and admiring her photos in India, China, New York, just to name a few places. So being intrigued, I immediately found out about the job, and I awaited the next hiring season, which was in the latter half of 2015. I sent out my application and I awaited to be called in. Like, part of me kind of knew that I wouldn't be called in. I felt as though the job was for me. On the day of the interview, I showed up, and to my surprise, there were about 400 interviewees, but they only needed a crew of 6. I must admit, I felt a bit discouraged, but yet I remained confident and positive. After several intense, crucial interviews, I was finally chosen among the 6 to be trained for the job.
What was the training like?
About a month after we were hired, we had to fly over to Miami at Pan Am Training Academy for training, which lasted about 6 weeks. Those 6 weeks were the best and yet the roughest 6 weeks of my life. Reason being, it was the first time being away from my family for that long, and training was indeed intense. Most persons think that being a flight attendant is just about serving tea or coffee in the aircraft, but it goes more in depth. It leans more to safety and security. The passenger's life and their well-being is our responsibility for those 5 or 3 or 2 hours while they're in the aircraft. So we had a bunch of safety and security programs to go through, and so I studied hard and I eventually topped the class. Part of the training was being in a classroom with persons from all around the world. We had persons from Saipan, from Guam, from New York, from Venezuela. And we studied together, we went out together, we partied together. It was really nice. Meeting persons from different cultural backgrounds, different language. We basically became like family within that 6 weeks, and that was really awesome. And we're currently studying to go back to Miami in a few days to do our recurrent training. Every year we have to do a training to ensure that we're on point with the things that we need to know when it comes to safety and security.
How has the experience impacted you?
Being a flight attendant has impacted my life tremendously. And to name a few ways, I visited several countries and states such as New York, New Jersey, Miami, as I mentioned earlier, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Trinidad, Jamaica, California, just to name a few places. And seeing these countries, states, the people, their cultural background has helped me to open my mind to think to higher perspectives. At first, it was like I focused on Guyana, I limit myself to Guyana, but now I kind of like see the world from the bigger picture it actually is. And it has also impacted me in terms of personality and character building. I had to develop a personality, a strong personality that could assess situation and handle them accordingly. Dealing with 200 plus passengers every other day was really challenging, so I was forced to develop a mechanism to handle this, and also the various situations that may present themselves on different flights. Also, I have been able to help different family members and friends since working at Dynamic International Airways. I've been able to do things that I was not able to do before. So in closure, I'll say that being a flight attendant is a really awesome job. Working at Dynamic International Airways has been really awesome, and I look forward to better years to come in. I'd say that being a flight attendant is a paid vacation, and there's nothing better than a paid vacation. Actually, there is. Just eventually I plan on returning to law school to continue my studies in law, because my long-term goal is to open a law firm, my family law firm, with me and my sister. So that's my bigger picture. But as for now and the next coming years, I'll be focusing on elevating within the aviation sector, the higher positions, as opposed to just being a flight attendant. So that's it for me. And what I must say, it's a really awesome job, and I think that anyone would love it. It's a well-paid vacation, and you'd really love it. So working at Dynamic International Airways has been really awesome for me, and I encourage people to follow their dreams.
Welcome back. You're watching the Roraima Hour. Of course, you just listened to there of Dynamic Flight Attendant. A year in on the job, Kimo Bailey, just about 19 years last year when he was hired. Of course, now he's touring the world, and the impact of Dynamic International Airways on the lives of the Guyanese public. But right now we're still in the aviation. We have joining us on the couch, we have Captain Larry Barkley. He's the Director of Operations at Roraima Airways, and now he's going to be talking about that development we mentioned earlier in the program. The 5th of October, we saw a new airline landing on Guyana soil and bringing about 115 Cubans. Now, thank you for being here. I know you've taken some time out from the family and so on. It's always good to have you. This is
Sounds good to be here.
Great things happening in Roraima Airways. Tell us about the impact of that particular airline, Easy Sky, in Guyana.
I think Easy Sky is not only a great thing happening for Roraima Airways. It's a great thing happening for Guyana, and it's a great thing happening for Guyana's tourism product. And these guys can go anywhere in the world, but they choose to come to Guyana. So Easy Sky is making it easier for Cubans and Hondurans to actually come to Guyana, and they're coming in droves. We have about 300 of them a week now, and that frequency is set to increase very shortly. They have been given permission to operate 5 flights a week into Guyana. So these Cubans and Hondurans, more Cubans, are coming into Guyana, and they have discovered how wonderful our tourism product is. And it's having a massive spin-off impact all around the country where they're going, because we have 300 people a week now. It's going to increase to about 500. And each person is spending approximately $1,000 per person. So if you do the math on that, it's an amazing amount of money flowing into our economy. And as you know, one of our greatest problems in business in Guyana is economy of scale. So tourism is a great area which artificially inflates the population and allows your business to grow outside of the 750,000 people we have in Guyana. So it's an amazing opportunity, and it's great that Guyana is the place that they're choosing to come to.
Yeah. And one of the things that stood out is that they're coming here. Some of them are just using that day tour of Guyana. But most of them are staying in hotels, so we don't have a lot of the hotels that are finding some problems no longer there. But from a Guyanese perspective, as a professional, and as a young professional in the aviation and tourism and hospitality association, how can Guyanese better prepare to receive these guests?
Well, Guyana is evolving, and on the world stage, Guyana's visibility is also evolving. We've had years where people don't know of the existence of Guyana. That is changing. and a lot of dynamics are driving this, including discovery of oil in Guyana. So people are now more aware that Guyana is here. So at this point, I would say we all need to step up our game, per se. We need to ensure that our product meets an international standard at all times. That we're using the right ingredients. It goes down to things like the right ingredients in our food. It goes down to, it plays very heavily on training of the human resources. And that's one of the things we do at Roraima quite a lot. We do training very, very regularly, because training, humanness of your resources is extremely important. You can have lots of planes and cars and boats and buses, but if you don't train the people to operate them, you can have the best stuff, but the worst service. That's not what we have at Roraima, because we train and we invest our human resources.
Well, great. And of course, are we expecting, we said you've noted an increase to 5 times per week. Are we
That's
expecting
correct,
an increase?
Yes, Easy Sky was given permission to start this week, early this week, to start operating 5 flights a week from 2 flights a week. So we can expect those numbers to climb very shortly to 500 persons. As we speak, they're making the preparations. They should start in another week to do the 5 flights a week.
Now, persons are coming in. A lot of persons may be watching. They say, okay, but I want to go too. Is Easy Sky making it easy for Guyanese to head there shortly?
Well, that process is it's an ongoing process. Easy Sky has permission to bring persons into the Guyanese market, and we're working to be able to move passengers out of the Guyanese market for them to be able to operate into the within the Guyanese market, to have people have access to Cuba.
Great.
Because I will tell you, I am going on vacation in early next year, and we're going to Cuba.
Wow. Well, congratulations. No, you'll be first time. No, not the first time.
Not the first. It will be the first time for me to Cuba. My wife was trained in Cuba. She spent 7 years in Cuba, so she'll be taking me back there and showing me around.
Of course, you got to
living the experience. Yeah.
More the merrier. Eh?
Absolutely.
You got a wife. You got a guide. You got a very lucky man.
Absolutely.
Well, Captain Barkley, thank you so much for being on the couch on the Roraima Hour, and we want to wish you all the best as we continue to grow the company.
It's always a pleasure, Delon. Always a pleasure.
All right, well, we'll go right now. We want to let you know, talking about hotels we mentioned in our program already, and Roraima is definitely up to the standard to host our guests. GCCI, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, held their first security expo, and they chose the Roraima Duke Lodge. Now, here's a sneak peek of what happened, and of course, some persons, very important persons, will talk to you about security in this clip.
On October 21st, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry hosted its first security forum and expo at the Roraima Duke Lodge. The opening ceremony started at 15 hours in the Victoria Hall of the Roraima Duke Lodge and saw in attendance members of the business community, executives of the Private Sector Commission, and state officials. Speaking at the forum was Brigadier General Mark Phillips, former Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defense Force, Mr. Paul Williams, Assistant Commissioner of Police, and Mr. Compton Sparman, Divisional Officer of the Guyana Fire Service, among many other officials from reputable security agencies around Guyana. Speaking at the event, Brigadier General Phillips noted that security is a major part of investment in Guyana, and we must always budget for security when we invest.
This expo focused mainly on physical security. I think this augurs well for the development of Guyana, in the sense to build confidence among investors that here in Guyana you can have access to the latest innovations in security technology to improve the security of the installation. Because if you're going to invest in today's world, the issue of security is an important component of your investment strategy, and you have to budget for security.
He also thanked the Chamber for hosting the event, noting he would gladly take part in future events of this nature.
I want to thank the GCCI under the stewardship of Mr. Vishnu Durga and Mr. Nicholas Boye as Vice President for, one, inviting me to be a guest speaker, and secondly, for arranging and organizing this important security forum and seminar and the accompanying exhibition of what is available in the area of security in Guyana, and we look forward to additional activities like this. And personally, I would like to be involved in additional activities related to security in Guyana.
The Security Forum and Expo covered both traditional and cybersecurity. Attendees had the opportunity to interact with leading suppliers and distributors to learn about security technology and solutions including video surveillance, safety equipment and accessories, IT and communication, and much more. The president of the GCCI said this is their way of making a tangible contribution to the education surrounding security.
We would have just completed our Security Expo and our forum. We have had many presentations from both the public sector and the private sector. The rooms were jam-packed. It does mean that there is a significant demand for this type of information. I would encourage everyone to, pay as much attention as you can to all the information that was dispensed. Security is everybody's concern. You can continue to point fingers, or we can do something about it. This is the Georgetown Chamber's way of making a tangible contribution to the education surrounding security. So do your part. Thank you.
Duke Lodge presents Pokemon Battle Revolution,
Pikachu!
the ultimate children's Halloween party on Saturday, November 5 at the Roraima Duke Lodge. It's gonna be fun! Haunted house, games, and prizes for Best Child Costume, Best Parent and Child Costume, and much more. Don't miss the Pokemon Battle Children's Halloween Party, November 5 at Duke Lodge. Sponsored by Arrowpoint, Surya Manufacturing, and 94.1 Boom FM.
Trick or treat!
Roraima Airways brings to you the Roraima Aerial Tour at the lowest prices, only $4,200. Relax and take in the beautiful sights of Georgetown, Guyana's capital city. Call our tours department on 231-7220 or 227-2212-13. Roraima Airways, satisfying all your travel and tourism needs. The Roraima Duke Lodge, located at 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown, Guyana. At Roraima Duke Lodge, we cater for all events, whether small or large, including weddings, parties, conferences, meetings, seminars, workshops, and more. The Roraima Duke Lodge is the ideal venue. Call us on telephone numbers 231-7220 or come into our office, 9495 Duke Street, Kingston, Georgetown. The Roraima Duke Lodge.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro, just like I'd never gone. I knew the song, the young girl with now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more. Oh, I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day.
Change your mind about leaving me behind. Love, bring it to me, bring your sweet love.
Of course, lots of things we discussed in aviation, what's happening, but of course we want to talk about a fun side of things that we have for your children coming up on November 5.
Yes, of course, November 5 is the children's Halloween party happening at the Roraima Duke Lodge, starting at 2 p.m. I'm so excited for this event, guys. You do have no clue. Laura and I have been playing Pokemon in the office, right?
Well, of course, the theme of it is the Pokemon Revolution. We hope that you do enjoy. A lot of teenagers are very acquainted with what's happening.
Yeah, teenagers, but again, at Roraima Duke, we at Roraima Duke Lodge, we're catering for everybody, not just teenagers. We're catering for children, adults, if you're young, old. If you want to come and enjoy the Pokemon Revolution, you come down on November 5, starting at 2 p.m. at the Children's Halloween Party.
Yes, and we know that some persons may be having different activities this weekend. So because of the holiday weekend, we would have put Halloween for the 5th of November. And let me tell you something. We have some great prizes. We have prizes for the best child costume, prize for the best parent and child costume, prize for toddler, and for
the best
first,
toddler.
The best costume for a child will get a day tour for 2 persons to Arrow Point Nature Resort.
Remember to be creative. You know, you don't have to buy a costume and think about buying. Be creative and make something. You know, the internet has a lot of DIYs. Do it yourself.
Yeah, so do that and be able to come down to that, and of course it's just $1,000 for entry.
General admission is $1,000, and of course you can get into under promotions right now happening on the Roraima Duke Lodge page. You can go over there and answer a question to win your child a free pass, or during the week, the days leading up to the event, we'll be giving away passes on this page, so you need to pay attention to what we're posting.
Yes, and I hope you're choosing the Roraima Duke Lodge Facebook page. And I want to say hi to Victoria Lily Pereira.
Yes.
She just answered a question, but not correctly. The answer on Facebook to win yourself the trivia question to win yourself a free pass for 2 kids. It's how many years has the Roraima Duke Lodge been hosting the Children's Halloween Party? Well, Victoria said 4. 4. No, longer than that.
It's longer. It's a bit longer. You know, she can try again. Just kidding.
All right, but we'll be able to say give her a pass. The other persons can be able to buzz in and give some answers. And what we can do is that Victoria, let's still open the question to be answered for those persons who are now joining us.
Yes.
But of course, we'll be able to respond to the winner tomorrow. So we give you some time all night to be able to respond to that.
But Victoria, just for being on there, we'll just, you know, give you something. Yes, we'll give you one just for answering the question. You know, you can spread the word about. And also, I want to say good night to Alyssa. Tim, I want to say good night to you and say good evening to you. And thank you for watching the Roraima Hour. And remember, we're here every month right here in NCN.
Yes, the 4th Wednesday of every month. And just at the backdrop, we have Visit Kaichor with Roraima Airways. Right now, we would have had a few months ago, we would have had a very special individual came from Animal Island. This is a adventurous tour. They come and they tour the world. They go to very unusual places, and of course, they're featuring Kaichor as a river monster. And I'm telling you, I really enjoyed this clip, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. But to Jeff, I hope you're watching, and of course, we're going to post this program to YouTube so he can be able to do that. But we're going to share his experience, just about 2 minutes, about what he enjoyed with Kaichor. I'm going to tell you the footage.
Yeah,
the footage is just breathtaking. Yeah.
I enjoyed watching that footage myself, and Delan was the one who said, Colin, come and check this out. When I went, I was like, oh, he's going way too close to that fall.
Yeah, and the water was just scorching. But we'll share it with you when we come back. We'll wrap the program. But of course, the question is still open.
How many years has the Roraima Duke Lodge been hosting the Children's Halloween Party? Go up on Facebook at the Roraima Duke Lodge. Hit like on that page. Also, you can follow us on Instagram. It's the Roraima Group of Companies. Head over to Instagram. Also, you can. There's no question there yet. But by tomorrow, we'll upload some footage and even video and pictures to Instagram, so you can head over there and follow the games too and see if you can win your child a prize.
Yes, but here's the River Monster. When last did you visit the River Monster?
And this is it. Kaichor Falls. Single drop, 741 feet high. That's 5 times the height of Niagara. Despite landing on Guyanese shores just before 1500, it took Europeans more than 350 years to find these falls. How could all those explorers have missed one of the largest waterfalls in the world? The answer is simple, because it's part of a unique river system that still hides some of the world's last monsters.
Breathtaking.
Yes, of course it
footage,
was.
yeah.
Yes, the River Monster. That was the River Monster, and we all know the River Monster as Kaichur.
Kaichur. And
Yes.
the last is one of my favorite places because Roraima Airways
Yes.
fly there almost every week. We
Of
have tours
course.
going. Persons will come into Guyana and they want to be able to visit Kaichur because it's just that thing that just sometimes it's just once in a lifetime opportunity for some persons visiting
And we
Guyana.
have a lot of people visiting Kaichur recently. I know the girls are really busy in tours. I want to say good night, good evening to Priscilla and Nishana from the tours department here. Everybody remember Priscilla. Priscilla's always on the Roraima Hour with us, and we're hoping to have her back really soon. I want to say good night to you guys and all our customers, our tourists.
All the customers, and those persons coming through.
Yes.
I call them members of Roraima family. Once you travel with Roraima, we count you as a family.
And
member.
also remember, you can take a Kaichur Arrow Point tour. You can call us. The numbers are 231-7220. You call us and ask for Priscilla, or you can even ask for Della and I.
Yeah. So the number is 231-7220. And remember, the question is still open for that pass for 2 children to the Roraima Juke Lodge Halloween party happening on November 5. Those of you in Linden, in Berbice, in Essequibo, wherever you are watching right now, we want to say good evening to you. And of course,
And remember, Delon, tomorrow it's Wednesday.
And
it's hump day.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
but it's karaoke. I'm going to tell you, I was just trying to just song that I really, I think I'm going to sing tomorrow. Change is going to come. Yeah.
By Sam Cooke?
Yeah, Change is going to love that one. What are you going to be singing for karaoke tomorrow to Roraima Juke Lodge? We hope that you come down. It starts at 8 p.m. Come down and have something cool to drink and just chill with us.
Relax.
It's going to be a good time.
Remember, the lady at the bar is going to be there. Remember?
Oh, Roshana.
She's an amazing person. Everybody loves Roshana karaoke night.
And she makes amazing cocktails as well.
Yeah, I
Very
know.
good.
Roshana made a cocktail for me one night. I'm not going to say what happened after that. But I want to say you guys need to come down to karaoke night tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. Delon and I are going to be there. And we're going to be having the usual sing-off.
Yeah, so you're going to have a sing-off tomorrow. So come down to the Roraima Juke Lodge.
Our usual sing-off.
Yeah.
Yes.
No match. No match for me. It's good. It's no match. He tries every week. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that usual sing-off is going to be amazing. You need to come witness that because it's going to be amazing. Also, yes, Talon, well, it's that time where we have to go. And just this weekend coming up, it's Diwali.
Yeah, so we want to say happy Diwali to all the staff of Roraima Airways that are of the Hindu family and those persons on the outside. We want to say thank you so much for tuning in and happy Diwali when it comes on behalf of Roraima Airways. Of course, we're going to be celebrating and we Colvin put together something very special, about 30 seconds to say how we really feel about this, and because of the respect of the holiday and that weekend, we would have put Halloween to the following weekend.
Yes, I already got my Diwali clothes out for this weekend.
Oh.
So if you want to invite me over for some food, I don't mind.
All right, well, it's time for us to go. I'm Delon Murray.
And I'm Colin Abrams, and thank you.
Thank you for joining us. It was you were watching the Roraima Hour. We'll see you next month. But of course, before all of that, you join us on the Facebook page and get updates and all the things that are happening with Roraima Airways. But on behalf of the technical team, I want to say hi to Pompey, to Patrick, to Narissa husband. I can't believe I forgot his name.
He's lost.
Yes.
But he's not gonna go anymore. So guys, thank you very much for watching and have a great evening.
Yes.
Hi Diwali, hi Diwali, hi Diwali, hi Diwali. दीपक संग नाचे पतंगा, मैं किसके संग नाचूं बता जा. दीपक संग नाचे पतंगा.
as truly Guyanese. Be the thunder of the culture falls, majestic and